I have some news. This news is delayed by far. And if you're watching this, you're probably watching my birth video. Right now, I am sitting at 38 weeks. Honestly, I feel a little crampy here and there. I'm getting a lot of backs and hips, contractions, nothing alarming. Anyways, so yes, this is the belly. I did get my membranes asleep yesterday, so we will see what happens. For the next few hours, I will keep you guys updated. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy this video and wish me good luck. Hey guys, so it's 7 a.m. I woke up probably around 4, contracting. They weren't very consistent or like not very painful either. So I just took it as Braxton hits, went back to bed, woke up again around 6:45 while mom was getting ready for work, and I started getting them a little bit more intense. It's now 7:45 a.m. and they are coming every 10 minutes and definitely stronger than an hour ago. Armani's here with me, holding my hand every time I get him. So yeah, we'll see what happens today. I am waiting for being admitted tomorrow or Saturday for sure, just because my past labors, my body has always labored for a few days before I've actually went in and got admitted. So I'm trying to avoid going into it early and being sent home. So we'll see what happens today. So it is 1 p.m. now, and I got the okay from my OB to head on to the hospital here within the next hour. Right now, I'm doing my lashes. I know it's crazy, and yeah, that's the update. I'm in a rest time right now. My contractions are 5 minutes apart. Hi everyone, here he is. He was born at 6:30 p.m. today, weighing 6 pounds and 4 ounces. Unfortunately, I didn't get to vlog the birthing experience. They just have a policy here, I guess, that we aren't allowed to record because staff might be recorded and other stuff. But either way, we got to the hospital, me being 8 centimeters. So everything was super fast after we got here. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. Baby is 12 years old, around then. I was vlogging yesterday, and then I just got tired and went to bed. I was so tired, but guys, he is such a good baby. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But anyways, I was telling you guys I didn't record because one, we weren't allowed to, so I was just gonna record low-key or even off to the side. But it just happened so quickly. I arrived to the hospital hospital at 8 centimeters, and it was like go time. So I did get a couple pictures of her son. Yeah, I just feel super blessed right now, and Good morning, guys. Today I am 2 weeks postpartum. I will be 3 weeks postpartum on Thursday. But I just wanted to come on here and just talk about my whole birth experience. It was absolutely insane and went by so fast. My contractions started on September 1st, Thursday, at like 4 in the morning. They weren't strong, and then later at like 9 a.m. they were just super intense. I could not even walk through them anymore, so I had to go to my mom's house, and I was there until like 2 o'clock when I finally called my husband and said, I know you're off at work at 3, but you know, I'm contracting and I think this is it. Like, I think we gotta go. And I held off calling him because with the boys, I labored for 2 days before actually being admitted. So I was going to the hospital and was just back and forth from going and being sent home because I was contracting, but I wasn't dilating. So this time around, I was super scared of that happening. So I didn't go in until around 4 p.m. At 2, my OB said, okay, you know what, come in. And I still waited 2 more hours because I was being stubborn and I didn't want to be sent home. So I still waited 2 more hours, and we got there around 4. We got there around 4 p.m. They got checked in and everything changed. I was contracting the whole entire way from the car through the garage all the way until we got to labor and delivery unit. I was just contracting, and I still walked to labor and delivery. I did not want a wheelchair. I was like, no, I'm walking, because if I'm not dilated, I need to walk. So I walked up to labor and delivery, and when I got checked, the look on my face when she told me how dilated I was, or even the way, okay, so she checked me and then she said, I'm gonna say you're about 8 centimeters. I looked over at Moto and I just said, what? There's like no way I'm 8 centimeters. Like, this has never happened in any of my labors before. I've never came in being that much dilated the first time. I honestly thought I was gonna be like a 4, and they were like, okay, you know, it's not 8 yet, mama, you gotta go home and come back. So I thought that's what was gonna happen. This time it was not like that. It was like, you're 8 centimeters, it's go time. So after she checked me and realized I was 8 centimeters, it was like, oh shit, you're 8 centimeters, this is your 3rd baby. Everything's just gonna go by quickly from here. So after finding out it was 8 centimeters, I was being admitted. Hold on, I just heard baby. Okay, he's fine. 8 centimeters, I was being admitted, I was being changed, I got hooked up to everything, and then come 3 other nurses, because you know, when you hear it's your 3rd baby and you're 8 centimeters, anything can happen. Like, you can go from 8 to 10 in 10 minutes. So they honestly thought it was going to be go time in triage, but I was able to get admitted and everything changed, and then I was moved over to a labor and delivery room as quickly as they could. They tried to get IVs in me, but I think the nurses were just super nervous and just, you know, trying to get things done fast because it was my 3rd baby. And I think they just thought it was going to happen within a matter of minutes. So I'm not as bruised up anymore, but my arms were super bruised because none of the nurses could get an IV in me. And part of that, I honestly think, is because they were super nervous and just trying to rush to get me, you know, ready. Other nurses were bringing everything in, all the tools they needed, everything. They were getting everything ready, and then other nurses were trying to put an IV in me. It blew 3 times until one finally got an IV in me. And that's because my husband pushed for them to get an IV in me, because We could have just gone without one because I went unmedicated anyway. They did mention, like, you know, since you're not going to do meds and, you know, you're trying to plan for unmedicated birth, we could go without an IV, but anything can happen. You know, you can hemorrhage or something and we'll need emergency access. And if we don't have that, it could be potentially dangerous. So it was kind of my decision if I wanted them to try again or not. And Mauro was like, no, I think it's better if she does have one because I don't want something to happen and we don't have access. So they kept trying, and eventually they did get an IV in, like the 4th or 5th try. They finally got an IV in me. And yeah, so that was around maybe 4 something. And finally, at like 5 o'clock, we finally got settled. I was in there contracting, and it was just, so this is what a lot of people wanted to know, especially on TikTok, because I did upload a video and it just blew up. Like, my video blew up, and I was asked, how did I do it? What are your tips? Do you have any tips? And honestly, this being my 3rd unmedicated birth, I kind of knew what to expect, and I feel like each time I learn how to handle it better. I think it's mostly about your breathing technique, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, relaxing up here, because I know when we're contracting we tend to tense up our face, and the key is just don't tense up your face, relax your whole body. And I think it's important for the person, your support person, to know what your plan is. That way they're in the game plan with you and they know you're going for unmedicated, and they support unmedicated and aren't pushing you to get epidural because they know your plan is no epidural. So my husband knew my plan, and he never once mentioned epidural to me or medications to me. The whole time he just reminded me I was doing a good job. He reminded me to keep breathing. He reminded me to relax, and, you know, he just tried to distract me. And honestly, changing positions, walking, using the ball, getting on all 4s and rocking your hips through contractions works. I know you don't want to do this while you're contracting, but even doing lunges and squats, that's what I did. It helps while you're laboring. Just changing positions, and then having your support person apply pressure to your hips while you're contracting helps your contractions as well. Sorry, I have food on the stove. But anyways, applying pressure to your hips, your back, while you are contracting helps enormously. The tub hot baths help. Just make sure, like, if you're not planning a water birth, to hop out of the tub before it's go time. Also, laboring at home as much as you can, just because when you're at home, you don't have the temptation of epidural. And once you get to the hospital, it's like, okay, I'm at the hospital, I know they have epidural, and it could be kind of tempting to ask for epidural when you are trying to go natural. Which, you know, to me, either way, if you do it without epidural, with epidural, you did it. Like, it doesn't matter which way you did it. At the end of the day, we all have our baby, and we did it. So those are mainly the tips I would give, and that's honestly what I do, is breathing, positioning, support person. Everybody has to be on board when you're doing something like this, because you have to have a lot of control in a moment like this. And I feel like once you lose that control, it's really hard to regain it because you're just in so much pain. So if you just keep that control and remain in control of your pain, and know that every contraction is closer to pushing your baby out. And at the end, I remember I kept reminding myself, this isn't gonna last forever. The pain is gonna go away. This is just, for now, it's one day, and I just gotta get through it. And then it's gonna be over. As soon as he's out, it's gonna be over and it's gonna be done. So I kept telling myself that too. And I remember through contractions, as I was breathing, I remember looking up at the ceiling. I was just in so much pain, and just telling God, please God, like make this stop or help me through this. You know, I was just praying, help me through this and get me through my birth and just make my labor shorter. So I started, you know, doing all that at 5 o'clock, and I had my son at 6:31 p.m. and I only pushed 2 times and he was out. But yeah, and if you're watching this video for tips on how I achieved my unmedicated birth, I just wish you the best of luck, and just know that I believe in you and I know you can do it. I know a lot of people say it's based on your pain tolerance, which I don't think that's 100% true. Yes, a lot of people have less pain tolerance than others, but it's more of being in control and just getting through it and remembering it's not going to last forever. This is not forever. This is only temporary, and at the end of the day, you're going to feel so much better. And it's just the feeling once you get your baby on your chest, and the feeling of, oh my God, I just did that. Like, I just had this baby. And it's just a crazy feeling, like just thinking, oh my God, like I just had my baby. I did this by myself. I achieved my birthing plan. And it's such an amazing feeling when you hold that baby and you realize, oh my God, I just did this without epidural or medications. It's just a crazy feeling, and you deserve to feel proud of yourself. A lot of people on TikTok were very negative to moms who did it this way. We weren't putting any moms down. We are simply just proud of ourselves for achieving our birth plan. Everybody's birth plan is different, and if you had a birth plan with epidural and achieved it, that's something you should be proud of. And if we had a birth plan with no medications and we achieved it, that's something we should be proud of as well. I just wanted to throw that out there. But yes, I wish you guys all the best, and I believe in you guys. And if you need anybody to talk to, just comment and I will find you on my social medias, or you find me. And yeah, we can talk more about it. Thanks guys for watching, and thank you for following me, for subscribing to me, and just being here for my little family.